some oppose this vehemently. I had a chat with one of the Islamic leaders, Dr. Moshood Fashola, the national president of the AHmadiyya Muslim Juma'at, who's my guest this evening. Hello there, good to have you join us on the program. I'm Gloria Ume-Ezeoke. The unprecedented proposal from the presidency to grant a ghost group, as they described, amnesty has continued to spark off chains of reactions from every sector of the society, expectedly, given the unwanted destruction of lives, communities and even resources. Well, some eminent Nigerians say that the breakdown of amnesty could spell doom for the country, while some others raise alarm over the collapse of the ongoing amnesty plans for the Boko Haram sect, saying that it may result into another civil war. Well, I had a chat with one of the Islamic leaders who, like many others, is against the amnesty program. Well, that's coming up. And now the rains are here. Communities are now bemoaning the poor state of infrastructure. But first, let's show you the latest on the hard report submitted to the president by the Sultan.
The Sultan and members of his delegation were appointed to oversee the Hajj operations in September 2012 to ensure that there is a remarkable improvement from what used to be. They've successfully done that and have come to submit the report to the president. The 2012 Hajj operations had an initial hiccup over compulsory male guardian for female pilgrims. That was overcome. The Amirul Hajj highlighted other challenges and preferred some recommendations.
Another recommendation which is worth mentioning here is that of rising cases of antisocial vices which we found out in Saudi Arabia involving Nigerians in that country. The delegation recommends the revival of the Presidential Committee of Illegal Nigerian Migrants in Saudi Arabia, which was constituted in 2009 but unfortunately never took off to do its job, in order to pursue or to take up measures that will address this menace.
The president commended the delegation for being the eye of the government in faraway Saudi Arabia. He spoke about the image of Nigeria outside there and what the administration would do about it.
I've noted the issues you raised, the issues of the exchange rate, the rising crime rate, but Nigerians staying there who are not, and the media should know, they are not the people who went there for their religious obligation. These are people who are living in Saudi, and I think we have to come up with a recommendation and see how we'll work with the Saudi authority to reduce that, because it is bringing some stain to the image of this country, especially for those who go to that country regularly for their religious obligation.
The federal government extended the tenure of the delegation to 2013, asking them to continue to ensure proper monitoring and efficiency in the process.
Well, joining me now is one of the Islamic leaders who opposes the views of former head of state Major General Muhammadu Buhari on amnesty. Watch. We are with the national president of the AHmadiyya Muslim Juma'at, Nigeria, Dr. Moshood Fashola. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Well, let's begin with the controversial proposal by the presidency a few weeks ago, actually, to grant amnesty to Boko Haram sect. You vehemently opposed this move.
Yes, amnesty presupposes that the one to grant amnesty to is ready to show remorse for his actions and is ready for peace. Government can make open the possibility of amnesty, that we are ready to grant amnesty if you are ready to have a change of heart and you want to stop all this carnage and we want to make peace, we do not want to prosecute you and grant amnesty if you want to make peace. But there is no such situation. The people have not said they wanted to repent or to stop the activities, the killings, or the terrorist actions. So, amnesty is not called for. Yes, it's not called for. People say dialogue, but you don't see the people you want to dialogue with. So for me, the position is to talk to so many groups of Nigerians and say, okay, what is going wrong? What can we do to arrest the situation? So you can dialogue with all sections of society. If these people constitute a minority, we don't have to bother ourselves with them. What are the majority of Nigerians saying about the solution to the problem? So amnesty is called for when they are ready to repent or to have remorse for the carnage they have engaged in. So I feel that there are fundamental problems that we need to address. Like and what? Government, like improving the security system. Now we have a population of about 160 million people, an area of almost 1 million square kilometers. And we have less than 1 million police officers, and the number of police stations is terribly inadequate. So government needs to increase the size of the police, the training, the equipment, the number of police stations, and employing the state-of-art communication and information technology. When it should be possible to cover the whole country in your surveillance. So for any jurisdiction, whether it's a local government area or some area where you have police posts, police station, the police station should be able to monitor what's going on in their jurisdiction completely. That anybody that is doing anything, you'll be able to see them. That's one. Number two, we need to address poverty, joblessness. So thereby, you will get the cooperation of your people. If every local government can cater for all their indigenous in terms of jobs or security of livelihood, then you see cooperation with the people. And police should be so oriented that they will be truly friend of the people. When police are truly friend of the people will inform police of any development. But when people cannot trust police, they will not cooperate. The security is by everybody. Everybody should have a situation where we can get in touch with security officers and inform them of what is going on in our environment. What I feel is that the people are not pleased with the government. And so, there's no cooperation with government in governance. And when you have millions of jobless youths, those who are living from hand to mouth, or even have no means of livelihood, they can be instruments in the hands of diabolical elements.
Let us not forget that anyone or any group who rejects amnesty is declaring himself an enemy of the government. And so the government might be free to do whatsoever it likes with them. Yes. What's your thoughts on this?
Of course, the activities of this group is criminal. The activities are criminal activities. So, by the law of the land, they should be pursued and arrested. What I was saying is that we have created an environment that makes this kind of activities thrive, an environment that make it difficult to check them. Why are we unable to check them? With modern technology, we should be able to detect any criminal, and government should have the power to arrest and deal with any criminal.
Now, the federal government, announced a while ago that he thinks that even the government itself, the National Assembly and even the police and security operatives might be infiltrated with Boko Haram members.
Well, if that happens, it is still the fault of government in terms of our recruitment and training of police. So, and then the monitoring of the activities of everybody. You know, I do say that